Hello YouTubers, this is a unit that I'm showcasing today that I don't normally showcase. It is probably a mid-30s Morse 5-tube superheterodyne radio, and this belonged to my partner's grandmother, although nobody remembers it being around. When I received it, it had been refinished to some degree. The base wood cabinet was just varnished, and it was nondescript. It had bright red grill cloth in it, which is totally unsuitable for the era of the radio. So I refinished it, and if it shows, I toned the wings there, and then the bottom each side with a walnut toner, deep walnut toner, and then I decided to put a mahogany toner on the top, and then I finished it all with lacquering. All the rest was just left the same, so that gave a nice contrast. I found some age-appropriate grill cloth. It's not precisely out of the mid-30s, but it's dark and it suits. It's not too bad, so it's not exactly period. I managed to remove the scutcheon, and the glass was intact after all these years, which is like 80 years. It was missing one knob, it still is. I have no idea what the model is, if there was any paperwork with it or any model number stamped on it, long gone. All I have is this little escutcheon on the bottom. Where are we? That says Morse, and that's it. So I had nothing else to go on. So when it come to servicing the chassis, I had to go through every schematic that I had plus some, and I did find one that, although this is a two-band radio, the schematic I found was not two-band, but it did use all the tubes that are in this radio. And like I said, it's 5 tubes. They're 4-pin, 5-pin, 6-pin, and I think one is a 7-pin with a converter tube. I can't even think offhand what they are, but I think it's a 6A7 converter tube, but then an IF tube, and a detector, and first audio output tube, and number 80, I remember that, is a rectifier, and no external antenna whatsoever. So I serviced it by replacing all the coupling and bypass capacitors inside, all the electrolytic capacitors, which had already been replaced probably 40 years ago, and those had failed too. I tuned it in, or turned it on I should say, and did some rudimentary alignment. I really still haven't done proper alignment. The speaker had a tear on it, and I glued that back together, and lo and behold, it does pick up a station. And unfortunately in our area we have very poor AM reception. I'll just turn it on, and let it warm up. The amazing thing is I have a, let me see if I can show this. I have a homemade antenna, sort of a pre-tuner, which works so well. The radio gets our one signal fine, but it shows you how effective this is. Without this, I can't get anything on this radio. But with that, I can tune in a nice clean signal. And there it is, with a nice warm glow. Of the 2 dial lights, and as far as I can tell, the 2 dial lights are original. They're number 44, I think, and it's relatively free of hum. Uses an electrodynamic speaker, and it has a tone control. not a lot of power, but it works. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I did want to honor my partner's grandmother by restoring this to operation. I just can't resist doing these old radios up. This one, like I said, was a challenge, and it's no schematic was available, but I did find one that suited my needs. It gave me the pinouts, and I got an idea of the voltages. And of course, anybody that works in electronics gets the basic understanding of superheterodyne circuits, so it wasn't that hard to get everything all put in and souped up so that it works. And if I could only get it to pick up a station without having to have my bat catcher antenna hooked up with it as well. But I may give it a further alignment, IF alignment, and see what I could do, or maybe see if I can wind a little loop antenna that could be tucked inside the back at the top, and see if that won't pick up something. But there it is for your enjoyment. If anybody has any idea the age of it, my guess is 1935 with the tubes that are in it. That's about as far as I can go. I know it's mid-30s. It certainly is superheterodyne, so it's not the 20s. Anyhow, there it is. Well, enjoy. Have a good day.